Hey, this vlog is a room tour of 5338A on the Valiant Lady,
A Virgin Voyages cruise.
So this is an accessible sea view room. Come on in.
So this is on the 5th floor, the same floor as Sailor Services, and as you'll notice, it's in the very back of the hallway. And I did not like wearing that bracelet, but you have a bracelet that lets you get into the room. So this is the room when we first got in, when it was nice and tidy. They have the doubles together, but you'll see they separate that later. They provide that nice throw blanket. They have some movable furniture, a spacious closet, plenty of mirrors, which were great. Tons of room to park the scooter. This is probably one of the more spacious, even hotel rooms I've had, but definitely on a cruise ship. And then it provides instructions about safety as well. And this was a nice view of Miami before the ship embarked. I'll just show a little bit more of just how spacious this room is, while also saying that it was great to be so close to the elevators because they also weren't crowded because they were at the end of the hall. So even though it was a little bit long to get to the room every day, it helped having the elevators so close and not being busy. Notice the mirror to the right of the TV. The colors change depending where you are in the room, the background of it, which I still don't know how that works. It's like green in some parts, orange, so just a little fun thing to pay attention to. Here are the different outlets underneath the iPad area at that desk. Above the mini fridge is also water that they refill all the time with these glass bottles right here. And that octopus and the bottle opener do cost money to take home. I appreciated how both sides of the bed had easy to access emergency call buttons as well as other outlets near the bed as well. Never got a close look at the closet before it got messy, but here it is. Inside that velvet bag is a hair dryer. It was pretty compact and small, but it was nice. Got the life jackets on top. There's also a safe in here, and there's also plenty of hangers as well. Also another mirror, which I love.
And these just pull out like that. So this is do not disturb, and if you tap this means they can come in to clean the room. This turns everything dark at night, and this has different things. I'll show the iPad a bit later.
And unfortunately for an accessible room, it does not have an automatic power door button.
There's a reason why I love hotel rooms with powered doors, and now I'm going to show you why.
So I can't get in and out of the room independently with my scooter without someone opening the door for me. I was able to get a workaround because they had the seat table, which was light enough for me to move and heavy enough for me to hold the door open. Most hotel room or cruise rooms don't have furniture like this, so I lucked out. However, honestly, I would pay more money for a room with a powered door button because it's just so much more convenient for me to just be able to go in and out independently, one, with all this work, and two, on a more reliable basis if this table wasn't there. This cruise ship was built in 2022, so hopefully their newer ships do have that feature. It makes a huge difference when I compare the Disney Wish and the Utopia from Royal Caribbean, which both had that feature.
There's a lot of storage under the bed, so that is good for accessibility. It makes the room look a little bit IKEA, but accessibility-wise, it's good.
Now let's check out the bathroom. So this room has a roll-in shower. As you can see, there's the shower head at the top, but also a detachable head. It has a bench as well. The toilet is 18 inches off the ground, which is the same height as the bed. And there's the roll-under sink. There's not a ton of space on the counter there, but we made it work. The towels were good. Here's a little bit more look at the grab bars and the toilet paper setup. So now I will check out the shower a bit more.
Okay, a bit about the shower. This was one of the best nozzle systems I've had in a shower. It's clearly marked whether it's the handheld or the up above one. I love that. And then this is just the temperature, so it goes left and up to get cooler. That was great. The shower bench was a great position from it. And I liked how the towel rack was right behind, so I didn't have to walk to get my towel, which sometimes is really tricky. That was great. There was multiple emergency pull cords, so that was good. I hate this. I don't know who thought of this like push mechanism, but it was really hard to do. It was impossible to do while sitting.
The scent was also like a unisex, like more masculine leaning scent, which I wasn't crazy over.
This was too far away, but luckily the bench was big enough for me to put what I needed. But these were like really hard for me to push. Hated that, which is funny because like this is like the best. So that's why you need a disabled person to test things out. I haven't seen one of these before. We didn't use it, but it's a clothesline. I think that's pretty cool. I like that. So those are my thoughts on the shower.
To clarify, the staff did say to put used towels on the ground in case we look like slobs. Here's a look at the sink counter. They had nice tissues and soap. The sink was also very easy to use with the handle. The mirror was nice and bright. We had also this area for toothbrushes. They also provided those glass cups.
I prefer a sliding door, and these come off. So don't pull on these because these pull right off. I almost fell that way. Let's talk a bit about the iPad in the room. So it does have a traditional clicker remote, whatever you call it, but the iPad has a few interesting features.
Sorry for the slight strobe effect in this section. My camera wasn't on the right setting.
Okay, so let's look at this now. So it can turn the TV on here. You can turn all the lights down low. You can also turn them on high. Do the curtains. Okay, so my bags are in the way, but let me just show them opening.
And sorry for the strobe effect again here.
So you can look at entertainment. There was like a lot of good movies. We have room controls, so you can have all of these type of, oh, I didn't even know temperature was on here. That's good to know. Could have used that. There's also a thermostat that's easy to use. I'll show that here. A lot of mirrors too. I really appreciated all the mirrors in this room. So this is the thermostat, otherwise pretty accessible, I would say, for most people. And here's the light switch. These are at good levels as well, not too high. It's pretty parallel with the door handle, and it's good they have a handle, even though I personally prefer the sliding doors, but it never got stuck, so that was good. Services, so if you need fresh towels, cabin cleaned, bed, water, ice, laundry pickup, maintenance. We didn't use that, but, and then these are all of our other things we could use. The red book. It's kind of just talking about all the things on the ship. I don't want to forget to say the staff were really great. They cleaned up the room so well. I actually felt bad because like I do tend to leave the room a little messy. It's not dirty, just messy because you don't want to miss out on fun and all that. I'm in a rush. But they really did a good job. Like even like I took off my socks in the night and I'm like, I'll just get them from under the covers later. And then they fished them out, and I felt bad about that, but that's how much detail they put into really making the rooms nice. The standard way they do it is once a day. So thank you so much to the staff. You guys were great. I'm standing in front of the window of our room. That's why the lighting is so good. And these windows provided a lot of light in here. So while we prefer a balcony, the price difference was like $500, and this room is so spacious that honestly it did not feel claustrophobic at all, and we didn't really spend that much time in here. The balconies outside do get pretty crowded, like in the better areas, but there's pretty much always a spot to sit if you look hard enough. For a final recap of the room, the bed, the toilet, and the shower chair, I measured them kind of quickly, but they were approximately like 18 inches off the ground each. The beds had a lot of room underneath, so while they looked kind of like IKEA furniture, like I mentioned earlier, accessibility-wise, that's probably better. The mattresses were really comfortable, the blankets were comfy, the pillows were good, So it was a very comfortable room. It doesn't have traditional like dressers and stuff, like nightstands, I should say. There are like closets with cabinets, but not like a dresser. But I didn't really think it made a big difference. Like that square table was another piece of like IKEA type of furniture, I would say, those like seat tables. And I used that a lot to hold the door open while I went outside, because that's the biggest con to this room. There is no accessible door button. And since this ship, I think, was made in 2022, that's something I thought they would have had, honestly. So that was a little disappointing, but I made it work with that furniture. But I did miss having an accessible door. But otherwise, the accessibility of the ship was really good. There was accessible doors pretty much everywhere, and you didn't have to hit a button for most of them. And the public bathrooms were very accessible. They were actually more accessible than the one in the room as far as getting in. They mostly had accessible buttons and things like that. So overall, I really enjoyed our stay in this room. I definitely would recommend it, unless the power button to open the door is something you absolutely need, which I totally understand. Like, I don't, even though this room is called accessible, I don't really consider a room like top notch, like accessible, unless it has that feature. Otherwise, very good if that's not something you definitely need. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. I'm vlogging about the food from a picky eater perspective. It's a special week, like a food festival week. So that's going to be pretty different. I'm doing a full tour of the ship, and then talking about activities and things to do and shows on the ship, as well as our day at Cozumel and Bimini Beach. So subscribe if you don't want to miss any of that. And thanks so much for watching. Give this a like or a comment if you found it helpful or useful. Thank you.
Oh, and I forgot to mention to subscribe. Oh, I just noticed those guys waving. So subscribe if you enjoyed this, because I have also reviewed Royal Caribbean's Utopia, the Disney Wish, and other places, all with an accessibility lens.